backing out the parking lot. I went in there to get some groceries. I was backing out the parking lot to go home. And lost control of it, you know. The brakes quit, failed, something. I never did catch, I don't know. I mean, he just backed right around there, didn't jump the curb.
Yeah. Did you hit some people?
Yes.
How many?
Well, I heard they said 4. That's what they say now.
Yeah. Do you know what kind of shape they're in, or?
No, I really don't. I'm sorry. I'll have sympathy for them. I wouldn't do it for nothing on earth. So the man that ruled earth, no, he know I wouldn't have did it.
How old are you?
101.
Jeez.
While we may not have all been run over by an elderly driver on the road like those 9 children were, I'm sure we have all at least been irritated by one. As a public road user for the past 3 years, I, along with many of you, have experienced many encounters with poor drivers, many of which turn out to be this guy. In Wisconsin, the DMV requires only a basic eye test to prove that you are an eligible driver for the road. You take this between 5 to 8 years when you get your license renewed. It's a simple test, just one of these. Let me tell you why there should be more tests to ensure safety of those sharing the road with elderly drivers. There is no doubt, as time passes, the human body deteriorates, and those who shouldn't be driving create an unsafe situation for everybody on the road with them. As elderly drivers continue to keep driving while they shouldn't, they become dangerous and harmful to everyone else on the road. In a survey of 1,238 drivers performed by Opinion Search, Inc. in September of 2007, titled Future Challenges for Elderly Drivers, 76% of drivers listed elderly drivers to be their #1 concern on the road over teen drivers. According to a Carnegie Mellon University study in 2010, in Studying Our Roads, the fatality rate for drivers 75 and older is 4 times that of which it is for teen drivers. That's because as the body gets older, it becomes more frail and more susceptible to serious injury than when you're younger. In Florida in the past year, the elderly capital of the world, there have been crashes into multiple post offices, a Chinese restaurant, and a state official's office. In every case, the driver simply said he had confused the gas pedal with the brake. The same study, listed in 2014, drivers aged 65 plus accounted for 14 million traffic incidents that year. That's almost 26 every minute. Driving old is more than just going 30 miles an hour in the 45 zone. Whether it's eyesight, medications, slowed reactions, or simply reduced concentration, there are many causes for reduced driving ability. Glaucoma, cataracts, and macular degeneration are 3 eye diseases that occur as you get older. All are very common. These are dangerous because they can appear in a matter of months. You can go from your 20/20 vision to much poorer vision in a matter of months. This is an issue because if you're getting your eyes checked for driving every 5 to 8 years, you could have a serious issue very quickly, and you'd be driving for multiple years with that vision issue. As folks get older, one of the first things to go is reaction time. This comes into play when making a left turn or merging into traffic, particularly on a highway. Now, we all know how dangerous and sketchy that can get. Stiff joints is also crucial while driving old. Who here is an elderly relative with arthritis? Everyone? Me too. Having a sore neck is a great excuse not to check a blind spot. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. How about these roundabouts? You throw those out in the road, you got people driving around those 14, maybe 126 times. They don't know what to do. According to National Council of Alcohol and Drug Dependence, in a 2015 article named Driving While Impaired, drunk driving affects your memory, coordination, reaction time, concentration, and flexibility. Now, doesn't that sound a lot like being an elderly driver? While old people currently litter our roads, there are ways to ensure they are no longer a threat to themselves and everybody else. A study by Johannes Sirak of the Federal Highway Research Institute in October 2010 named effects of time pressure on left turn decisions of elderly drivers using the Advanced Driver's Assistance System had 20 drivers aged 20 to 35 and 20 drivers aged 60 to 75. They used the ADAS system to help their driving in left turn and parking situations. In every case of these 40 cases, there was improved reaction time and much better driving displayed. This entails brake assistance and letting you know when it's safe to make a left turn. The biggest thing you can do to ensure safety on the roads is talk to your family members. In a Caring.com and National Council Safety Survey of 3,000 members in 2013, titled, "Elderly Drivers Are More Dangerous Than You Think," 40% of adults said they're more comfortable talking about funeral arrangements rather than about their parents driving or grandparents driving. The same study found that 41% of elderly drivers are waiting for their doctors to tell them when they should stop driving. Now this is an issue because when you tell somebody they should stop driving, there are multiple legal repercussions that can occur. So doctors tend to avoid saying hang up your keys when in reality that's what they need to hear. In many states, there are new driving tests every 5 years once you hit the age of 60, a basic road test, rather than just the eye test. Aging drivers should prove they are still competent to be on the road, rather than just reading a few letters. This is the approach Wisconsin should take. There are some 85-year-olds better driving than 60-year-olds. Age doesn't determine whether you're a good driver or not, but being able to pass a driving test will. Elderly drivers are more than just irritating. They're dangerous. Let's make sure we do our part to keep our roads safe. They combat multiple distractions while driving, with or without knowing it. But with the assistance of ADAS systems and your family members talking to them, letting them know, we can help solve this problem and keep our roads safe and all of our family members on the road. Everyone you know and love uses the same roads to travel. As the baby boomers get older, let's make sure elderly driving doesn't become an issue like drunk driving does. Let's get it the same attention as texting and driving and drunk driving. While it may be a difficult discussion to have, everyone will hit a point at some time in their life where it's time to hang up the keys and simply Uber everywhere. And show the audience.